Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today we've got a game between EffOrt and Flash here on Matchpoint. Going to be a very, very interesting ZVT. Got the replay off of teamliquid.net. Are we on faster? All right, faster is the default. Top right-hand corner of Matchpoint, we have the yellow player. He is named Flash, and he is playing Terran. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the green Zerg player. His name is EffOrt. We have seen EffOrt go up against Flash. He gave him a really, really great game. Not going to spoil who won, but this is going to be a rematch. Got this replay off of teamliquid.net, a very, very good resource for Brood War replays. Also, bwreplays.com is pretty good as well, but not very many replays are uploaded every day. If you want to see a replay cast, and it's good, go ahead and shoot it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Amazing Brood War Remastered Replay, or just Brood War Replay, I guess. It doesn't have to be in the remastered client. As we've seen here, this game I think is from 2012, and so it's 6 years old. It is 6 years old now, and we are loading it up in the remastered client, which is so fun to see the shininess on everything. Anyway, is this slow? I feel like this is slow. No, that speed for the Overlord is fine. That slow Overlord speed is just where it needs to be. Just where it needs to be. So, announcement. I will be posting Brood War casts every Saturday and Tuesday, America time. From now on, I'm going to go ahead and forego one of my StarCraft 2 casts and do Brood War twice a week, see how that goes, see what the response is. I saw a lot of comments on my last video, people saying, I'm only here for the Brood War. That's why I subscribed, and I have to wait until Saturday every week to get something. And I said, you know what? That doesn't sound fair. That doesn't sound fair. You Brood War fans are loyal. You are hungry for remastered content. And so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. And we'll see if it is a mutually beneficial arrangement or not. Possibly not. Possibly you'll say, but 2 a week, that's just too many for me to handle. Although I doubt that's going to be the case. Really, really doubt that's going to be the case. Anyway, nothing much happening here, man. SCV scouting out the hatchery from EffOrt. He's got a spawning pool just about done back here. Back home, and that barracks is done, and marine production has begun from the Flash. It's a pretty easy map to wall off as far as your main is concerned. It's also a huge main. Walling off your natural, on the other hand, is a little bit weirder. You have this ramp down here. You got a lot of places that can be dropped from drop lords, and drop ships, and things like that, but usually don't see that much drop lord in the early stages of the game of ZVT. It's not like StarCraft 2 where it's part of the meta. Actually, it's so easy to get drop lords that early that it's not a big deal. All right, what is this? Is that a macro hatch? Yeah, macro hatch. 2 hatcheries coming in at once here for EffOrt. He is planning for a heavy macro style game, which, boy, I don't know. I don't know if going macro style against Flash is what you want to do here, EffOrt. You're a bit of a younger player than Flash is. You're not as experienced, and Flash is his sweet spot. The comfort zone for him is going to be in that macro style. It kind of reminds me of when I used to cast a lot of Bjorn on the channel in StarCraft 2, and people are like, Bjorn's unstoppable, because I'd cast all these games that went 20-30 minutes, and he'd win every single one of them, and I said, this can't be. He can't win every game he ever plays. He'd win every BlizzCon in existence. So I went back and I checked it out, and I found some games of his that were shorter. That were closer to 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, where Zergs and Protoss were beating him. And I said, oh, okay, so the way you beat Bjorn is you just don't let him get to the macro stage, is how that works. And that's easier said than done, mind you. It is much easier said than done, but there were several games I could find. I actually made a Bjorn compilation where he just got killed. Like, he lost 6 of the 7 games that I posted. And it was just, the lesson was, if you wanted to kill Bjorn, you had to kill him early. Once Bjorn got into the swing of things, he was nigh unstoppable. He was a machine. I think that's the same for Flash, man. If you let him get in the macro style, if you let him get into the 10, 15, 20-minute mark of the game where he's got several bases rolling, he's got big armies, giant bands of Marines and medics, and just huge groups of science vessels flying around, irradiating all your stuff as Zerg, you're going to have a bad time. You're just going to have a bad time. So we'll see what EffOrt can do. We'll see if EffOrt plans on getting this thing done early, tries to finish it in the first 10 minutes or so, or if he is planning on going for that macro. And that second hatch really tells me he is planning on making a whole bunch of drones and a handful of lings and continuing that production here on 2 bases. I got a ling chasing in after an SCV. SCV just wants to scout. No big deal about that. And that is a Spire. Okay, so we're 2-base spiring. That double extractor does tell us a bit of what's going on here from EffOrt. So 2-base Muta is going to be the open for EffOrt, and you really got to get damage done with this, you guys. You really 100% need to get the damage done with this. If your mutas do nothing, you're going to lose. Just economically, you're absolutely going to lose. So where are we? Oh, another thing somebody said last week. I do read your comments, guys. I read your comments was I should click around the minimap more rather than use my mouse to scroll. See, the thing is, I would love to use click on the middle and scroll around. I do that in StarCraft 2 cast a lot, but it's so much slower and smoother. This is just choppy, man. This middle click scroll is chop, 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 and it just doesn't feel right, you know? So I guess what I will try to do is do more clicking on the minimap if I want to move around, and then maybe for selecting stuff I can have the mouse out here. It'll take some time. It'll take some time, but hopefully that should improve your viewing experience. Yeah, see, like this. I need to kind of center it on what's going on. Zoom in a little bit. Remember how far we can zoom out? We can zoom out this far. So I'm not going to zoom out that far, and I'm not going to zoom in this far either. I'm going to try to find a happy balance depending on where we are with our setup here. A couple of fire bats actually hanging out. Ling's rolling on in, though, trying to get some damage done. They do pick off an SCV, but this push looks real scary from the Flash. He's got Marines. He's got medics. He's ready to go. The spawning pool, not the spawning pool, the sunken colony is just about done here. The S name for the Zerg units is here. And here comes Flash, man. He's going to stem in before that sunken colony finishes. No! It does manage to finish killing a Marine. Killing a Marine. So 2 Marines. The Muta's trying to help here. Sunken Colony is just absolutely toast, though. Ling's got cleaned up because there's fire bats and stuff. Yeah, the Mutas. Did the Sunken Colony kill enough Marines that this is possible for the Mutas to handle it? Yeah, Zergling's helping here, too, at least tanking some damage. Yeah, now there's only a handful of Marines remaining. 2 of them remaining, and EffOrt does manage to hold off the push quite cleanly. Quite cleanly, I would say. He lost a Sunken Colony, but that's almost to be expected when there's a push like that from a Terran at that stage of the game before the Mutas can come out, and your build. So, excellent job. Killed a lot of Marines, killed a lot of medics. His Zerglings killed an SCV on the other side of the map, too, which is very nice. The Mutas trying to do... Yes, this is the game. This is a very standard Brood War game. You do the stacking, you try to pick off Marines, and look at this. EffOrt is absolutely handling this early game pressure out of Flash. No big deal. No big deal at all. Actually, where's my game timer? Sorry, things went weird. Game timer back. Okay, I was going to say, I usually have a game timer. Where is it? Missile turret, trying to hold these Mutas off. No, they do get the missile turret, though. Are there enough Marines? I don't know that there are enough Marines to hold this. This Muta attack is being incredibly effective right now. 6 Mutas remaining. A lot of them are injured, but they have killed a number of Marines here. That Marine count for Flash feels like it's about 2. How many? None in the bunker. Just some now spawning. Yeah, his Marine count is effectively set to 0. Although some fire bats are trying to take down this top left base of EffOrt's. Actually bringing drones out very bravely. I guess the fire bats didn't want to focus on the drones. They could have. Mind you, they could have if they had been told to, but they didn't receive those instructions. And as people always like to say, Brood War is not a game about who makes the first mistake. It's about who makes the least mistakes. The fewest number of mistakes in the game, you're gonna win, because you're gonna make mistakes. It's hard to control this many units with just control groups that are a maximum of 12. Can you imagine? I can imagine. It is difficult to do, and it's just the pathing for units is really stupid, and these Mutas are pretty fragile, and if you just fly them over a couple of missile turrets or a bunch of Marines, you're just gonna die. You gotta stick at the periphery with them. It takes a lot of APM to do that. And what are we defending with here? There's your small group of Marines and medics and missile turrets, exactly what you want to see. If you're Flash, look at him coming right on. It's almost a trap, though. It looks like a trap. The Marines are trying to peg these guys in. Some SCVs are dying in the process, but the juke. Oh, what a juke on these Mutas. Getting the heck on out of there. Trying to maybe take down that missile turret, too. It's burning anyway. He gets it. Did he lose a Muta in the process, though? I'm not sure that he did. He's got 7 in here, so I don't think that he did. He had 6. I think a couple more joined, and maybe 1 did end up falling there. But this has been some impressive Mutalist harass out of EffOrt. Plus, we've got the Zerglings. Zergling Muta against this few Marines? This is just Flash trying to put pressure on EffOrt and just absolutely miserably failing. Flashman, I don't know about this. 4th base is done for your Zerg opponent. You're still sitting on 2 bases. You haven't been able to do any economic damage at all. Haven't killed a base. Haven't even really won a battle at this point. And if you're going to beat Flash, I think that's kind of what you got to do. You almost have to have a flawless first 10 minutes to have a hope of beating him, and maybe beating him in that first 10 minutes, but surviving into the mid-game, you'd be in a good position. You almost got to be, again, just perfect. Just perfect. And so far, EffOrt has been. Zerglings not engaging here, not by themselves. The Mutas want... Whoa, easy there, Muta. Zergling Muta, here it is again. There's a surround on the units. Are there enough Mutas? Are there enough... Not enough Lings this time. The Mutas want to kind of do this thing, but is there just one remaining? Just one remaining. So Flash wins that battle out in the middle of the map, but again, the Marine count was reduced in the process. Got some Lurkers out now. Lurkers ready to go. Scourge in production for our Zerg player 2 this battle. Yeah, the Lurker spines are real bad for Bio. Really, really bad. If you can engage them in a spread, you're not lined up, you can be fine, but it's very difficult. Very, very difficult to do here. Stimming forward where the Lurkers are not, but there are enough Zerglings that are a little bit scary here. They don't have any attack upgrades at all. I think the attack upgrades have gone to, or the resource have gone to the Lurker research instead. Yeah, this is a lot of Lurker, and it's not a very big Terran Bio ball at all. Out of Flash. He needs to be expanding here. Taking advantage of the immobility of the Lurkers, though, is Flash. He's very smart that way. He's going to come up to the third and try to get something done. This third in the top left-hand corner kills an Overlord. Ling's trying to come up the ramp. Not going well for them. The Lurkers, though, picked off a Lurker before he retreated from them. Just a beautiful maneuver there. Again, trying to pick off Lurkers before they can actually get in the ground and cause problems, but backing himself into a corner just a little bit. Yeah, there's no escaping from this. Yeah, medics heal each other all you want, medics. You gon' die. And they do. All right, Lurker's pushing out. Lurker's pushing out. Again, I don't think any drones died during that attack. He was able to keep all of his hatcheries. And Flash, by this stage of the game, likes to have killed at least a hatchery, if not two. He's just that scary with his pushes. But EffOrt, it just starts small. It starts small. Win a small engagement. Have a benefit for the next engagement. Win another small engagement. Have a benefit for the next engagement. So Lurker's burrowing here. It always feels like they should be easy to see because it has this like dirt divot in the ground, but they're cloaked. You cannot see them. You cannot attack them without detection. But guess what's up? Science vessels. Science vessels are here. Irradiates in production for Flash. We've got Scourge on the way, as I mentioned previously. Defiler round at 12 minutes for EffOrt. It's going to be done at the 12-minute mark. That's one of the earlier Defiler rounds we've seen on the channel. That is some dead impressive timing from him. But it's the Science vessels and it's the Irradiate, man. And there's not a player on Earth who's better with Science Vessel and Irradiate than Flash is. There's just not. If you let him get up a huge group of Science Vessels, you're just in deep trouble. They really hurt Lurkers. Did they? Yes. I know they killed Defilers with one shot. I'm pretty sure they killed Lurkers with one. Yeah. Lurkers die. Scourge chasing. Trying to chase these Science Vessels. Yeah, the Marines trying to make sure that doesn't happen. There's the Irradiate, but the Lurkers free tank. And another free tank possibly on the Lings. No, not enough. Tank does manage to survive. It is on the yellow health, which is not ideal. Science Vessels tossing another Irradiate down. That's not the last time you're going to hear that noise of the Irradiate noise. Yeah, see, watch. Doop, 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 doop. That's what it is. So that is enough to one-shot a Lurker. Storm is the one that doesn't one-shot a Lurker, but it brings it down to about 20% health. So you can two-storm a Lurker, which is just fine. I am planning on casting a best of series for next Saturday's casts. So mark your calendar for that one. It's going to be amazing. I don't think it's going to be Flash. I think it's going to be somebody else, some other players. If you have any requests, actually hit me up in the comments. You want to see a best of 5? I don't know if I can do a best of 7. You guys, it's a lot. It's a lot of work to do it, but if there's a lot of demand for it and the people want it, I may have to make it happen. But regardless, the best of series, what players do you want to see matched up against each other? Let me know. All right, there's another Irradiate. Lurker count looks pretty darn high, though. This is a big, scary Terran army, man. Big, scary Terran army. What are the upgrades on these guys? It doesn't really matter. Coming in, flying in. There's the Dark Swarm, the Scourge. Get some hits off there on the Science Vessels. They are injured. Are they injured? Oh, no, they are not injured. Oh, but the sneak attack. Oh, picked out of the sky. Just picked out of the sky here. Another small battle of Lings and Lurkers trying to make sure that reinforcements can't join Flash's forces. And you know what? That Zergling doing a lot of work. +2 armor on him makes him much tanky. Muchos tanquitos. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why am I trying to speak fake Spanish? Don't know. Yeah, Lurker, Dark Swarm. Lurker, Dark Swarm, Lurker, Dark Swarm. This is going to be what we're seeing from our Zerg player for the next little while. He's got a queen. Did he have a queen's nest? No, he has a hive. Derp. Of course he has a hive. Engagement in the middle of the map here. Lurker's just trying to get right on top. The Dark Swarm is up. The Scourge thinking about going for the Science Vessels, but keeping them out of the range very, very nicely is the Flash Dark Swarm Parade Brutes. getting thrown down here. One lurker not inside. That guy is not either, but it doesn't matter. These Marines are just getting massacred. Massacred indeed. Zerglings just kind of running around looking for stuff to kill. Did they force a liftoff on that command center? I feel like maybe they did. This push looks real scary. Real scary for EffOrt here. You're going to burrow the lurkers at the bottom of the ramp and say, you know what, come on in. You don't have enough Irradiate to kill all of us. You don't have enough Marines to kill all of us. So what are you going to do here? What are you going to do? There's no attack upgrades for them. Trying to actually building the base on the backside of these minerals. Based on where they're curved, that's the backside. But it's a safer place to be, so you can't really argue with it. Another base on the way here for EffOrt in the bottom section of the map. So he's going to be, and expanding up the top here too. That is 6 bases? 6 bases to effectively 3 for Flash. If you want to beat him, it's good to be on double the bases that he's on. Yeah? Yeah, I think it is. All right, coming from the top side here. Here come the Lings. Here come the Lurkers. There go the Marines trying to retreat. Trying to run for their lives here. Just absolutely getting spined from the ground. How terrifying would that be to be in a battle and see a spike come from under the ground and eviscerate your best friend and knowing that you're probably next. It's not a good feeling. Metasynaptic node on the way, increasing the Defiler's energy capabilities by 50, which is real nice. If you're trying to throw down plagues and dark swarms and stuff. I mean, consume is good, but having the ability to store additional energy just speeds up your ability to cast things. And that's a lot of Irradiate. You're hearing that Irradiate? You can't see it. You can't see that Irradiate, but it's definitely there. What is this Ling attack? A bit of a suicide Ling attack in here. The Defiler was supposed to toss down, I think, a Dark Swarm, but just threw down a Plague instead. Plague, ooh! Plague on the Science Vessels. Zerglings still trying to do stuff. They've got +1 attack now, which makes them a little bit better, but still, just not happening. Just not happening for those guys. Trying to come across the middle here with a bunch of Lings. Irradiate on what? Oh, Scourge. 2 Scourge to take down a Science Vessel, unless they're plagued, in which case it's not actually that many. It's just the one. Oh, south flank. Attack onto the southern base of EffOrt. I don't think there was anything here in the first place, but it's dead. First blood. First hatchery down by Flash. This Science Vessel group looking a little bit terrifying. But who's here? Lurkers on. Actually, these are just Lings. Oh, with the Dark Swarm. Now, the Dark Swarm direct attacks are negated entirely. Splash damage still works, though, which is why Fire Bats are okay a little bit, and Tanks are okay a little bit, and Archons are okay a little bit. Still not great. You don't want to fight inside a Dark Swarm, is how that one works. So killing some SCVs here at this third base of Flash. At fourth base was forced to be lifted off. In the bottom right-hand corner, these Lings are just kind of running in free and picking off Marines from time to time. Good numbers. Are there any... Okay, I was going to say there aren't any medics there, but it didn't matter. These guys... the Plague. The Plague on these guys. They're fully upgraded Marines. Okay, they're scary stuff. They are scary, scary stuff here. Zerglings 3 armor +1 attack. Nice Plague. Gets revenge by irradiating the Defiler, but these guys are very, very low on HP. All of them. All of them are. Some Hydras I feel like would be great. Oh, Muta's also very, very good. Yeah, some Muta Splash, some Muta Ricochet here would be incredible. Scourge. Okay, Scourge got it. I was like, why are you... What are you doing? These Science Vessels, I think they know they're dead. Flash is making 2 at a time right now. He's just irradiating when he can, recognizing when the Mutas show up. Everybody dead. Yeah, he just sacrificed his Mutas to take down that Science Vessel count. Lings at the front here doing way better than I expected they would. Considering they're not fully upgraded, I think they have the Cracklings... up. Oh yeah, that attack speed is definitely cracklingy. So they're not fully upgraded Cracklings. They don't have the attack upgrades yet, but Ultras are on the way from EffOrt. And reducing that Science Vessel count was big. It was a big deal. Another Ling attack down here at this third base. Enough units, I think, to shove these Lings away, and indeed it is. This bottom right-hand corner perhaps is not as lucky. Look at the race. Look at the race. The Lings going down to get some damage done, and the Terran army saying, no, wait. Wait up. Don't... Oh, the SCVs, can they repair the command center before the Lings take it down? Is the DPS going to be enough for the Lings? And the answer is they do end up saving it with the Firebat help. With the Firebat help, Zerglings roar, coming through again. The amount of damage and work done by EffOrt with these Zerglings is amazing. It's so good. Look at these guys go. Sure, they're dying, but they're taking Marines with them, and they're effectively free for EffOrt. Lings are. The units you really don't want to lose are going to be Ultralisks, they're going to be Mutas, they're going to be Defilers, things that are gas heavy because there's a lot of gas heavy stuff here. Additional Scourge. 7 more Ultras on the way. How many Ultras do you have, EffOrt? I saw more in production. After the ones that were initially made. Oh, there we go. We already have a couple out. There's the Irradiate. Not enough to one-shot an Ultra, but it sure takes down his HP quite a bit. Let's see where that guy ends up when all is said and done. Scourge. Oh, the flank attack. Got one. Got two. Got 2 of the Science Vessels, of the new Science Vessels. Zerglings running up a ramp to their doom. This is the high ground, man. Don't try to take the high ground from Flash. It's not great. This guy's still irradiated? He's accidentally killing Zerglings around him. Scourge actually hitting that science facility. Oh, that's really good for Flash. Ultras rolling in. Rolling on in. One of them is very low on HP. He's probably going to die immediately here. This is actually a pretty good battle for Flash. These Ultras do not want to go down, but they will. They will eventually here. The Firebat's doing a bit of the tanking. 4 kills on the Ultra, but against this many Marines with the full upgrades, nah. Not when you're outnumbered that much. Oh, they got the speed upgrade. The speed upgrade for the Ultras is done. Look at these guys go. They're not even going to engage with you. We're going to go down to this bottom right-hand corner, I guess, and start killing stuff. Look how fast they are. Look how fast. Roar. Goodbye, SCVs. All of you are going to die. Is he just going to target fire SCVs? No. The one Ultra is going to try to tank for his buddy while he kills the SCVs on gas, first of all. Look at that. Got all 3 of them. All 3 of them. 4 kills. He does 2-shot the SCVs. He doesn't have the upgrades, right? Only +2 on the Kaiser Blades. Yep, but guess who's coming up here? More Lings. More Lings at the third of Flash. He sent down, I think, too many units to deal with those Ultras, but they're Ultras. What are you supposed to do? Ah, reinforcements from the main again, though. From Flash. Science Vessels going out on solo missions, all by their lonesomes. Trying to see what they can do. And were those... Oh, consume. I'm like, what was that death sound? Consumes, of course. Consumes. And there... Oh, Plague. Got the Plague down because the Defiler knew it was dead anyway. Ultras getting irradiated here, too. They are the big targets. They are the big ticket items. Here is your battle for supremacy. And the Ultras just got wasted there. All right, so Ling Ultra, a drop here at that southern... not even a drop, just an attack. Where these guys come from, the hatchery is definitely going to die. But guess who's up here at the natural base? Lings and Ultras. The army's a bit out of position here for Flash right now, which is not very ideal. Is this attack going to get cleaned up? I don't actually know. Irradiated Ultras, yes, causing major problems here for the Marines. The Marine kill count has got to be really big right now. The hatch goes down in the south here for EffOrt, but the Lings and the Ultras do clean up the invading force. All the Ultras are gone on the right side here too, but EffOrt making so many more things. It's just Marines. It's just Marines right now for Flash. These science vessels trying to irradiate what they can. It's working pretty well. This Ultra is going to kill. Oh, but the mutas found the science vessels. Okay. More Lings. Yep, more Lings in this bottom right-hand corner. Flash's units are trying to clear these guys out as best he can. But when it's 136 to 88 supply against a Zerg player, that's a bad feel. That is a really, really bad feel right now. All right, Ultra. Brah. Lings. Brah. Another attack on in from the Ultras and the Lings. Do they have the +3 attack yet? The answer is yes. And that's it. Flash taps out at the 23-minute and 13-second mark. He's down 133 to double digits. That's for sure. And just this last wave of Lings coming on up with the Ultras. Didn't have much left. Can we maybe back it up a tiny bit and see what he did have remaining when he decided to tap out? I think let's do that real quick. Ultras, fast forward. Okay, we're here. So 22. Let's slow it down a little bit. See what's here. This base is in shambles. The mutas are taking down the science vessels. I guess we can speed it up a little tiny bit. This Ultra having a field day with 4 kills before it goes down. And there's just no pressure. There's no pressure on this side of the map is what there is. Wow. None whatsoever. All right, so Ling Ultra trying to come across the map and take down Flash again. It's 137 to 89. Total supply here. A bit of a flank attack for the Ultras. There's the Irradiates, exactly like what you want. It's going to be your ideal scenario here. But these guys are forced to defend. Okay, so that was it. So it was just these guys were forced to defend this bottom right hand. He didn't have anything to defend his production, basically. Oh, is there a drop up here that I missed? Oh, you guys are going to be so mad at me. There must have been. There must have been. Let's try this again. One more time. Is there dead stuff? I guess there's already dead stuff. What the heck? Last one. Man, that's really handy. I mean, it's just supply depots, right? Whatever it was. It was just supply depots, and Flash wasn't supply blocked. Okay, so he still had these barracks, and he still had starports and factories and stuff. It was just a matter of he didn't have a huge bank. This wasn't really mining all that well at the end of the game, and there were just too many bases. So, all right, fair enough. Let's check out the end scores here. EffOrt produced 679 units. Lost 506 of them. That's not bad. It's not bad for Zerg. Flash, 383 produced, 484 killed. Again, the kill ratio not as good. The Muta attacks, again, it's all stemmed from the Muta attacks with the Lings at the first part of the game. In the first 10 minutes there, the attacks of Flash were fairly ineffective. EffOrt was able to clean those units out, so they weren't available for future pushes and didn't take any damage against them either. Yeah, 14 buildings raised. I'm guessing that was most of the stuff in that main. And then, yeah, that helps too. When you can mine more gas and minerals and spend more than Flash, you have a good chance of winning. Almost double the gas here. Wow. And 10,000 more, 8,000 more on the minerals mined and spent. About 10, 12,000 more. All right. So Flash goes down. Can you believe it? I don't know. I don't know if we can. There will probably be some debate in the comments. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.